Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Talking That Talk. I go by the name of Exodus, aka X.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Juice, aka The Ordinary Brother, aka Rising Pharaoh.
All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Today, I told Juice, I want to do a different little setup. You know what I'm saying? I ain't put the banner up. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do this old
He
school.
put the goddamn banner up.
I want to do it old school. You know what I'm saying? Raw. Not, you know what I'm saying?
No lube.
You know what I'm saying? Just spit. You know what I'm saying? All right, so today we're gonna do a little blending of topics. First off, we're gonna get into this whole dating and dating with a purpose scenarios. Then we're gonna kind of relate it to both men and women. It's not gonna be exclusive to one side. So, you want me to kick it off?
I mean, you go ahead, man.
All right, I'm gonna kick it.
You feeling confident? You know, you don't ever talk.
This is what I do, man. I talk that talk. So, me personally, I know I had a lot of people use the terminology of dating with a purpose, and to some extent I agree, and another extent I completely disagree.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the only purpose that one can date for would be economically. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm surprised you say reproduce.
Well, I'm gonna say economically because economically would kind of be the main basis. By example, if I make 50K, okay, so let's say my plans is, okay, well, if I want to get into a 100K bracket based off what I'm making now, I would consider a partner that makes a minimum of 50K, and that'll put us in that bracket. We know wealth begins at 150K. So some people follow the standards that an individual bringing in 30 is not considered poverty. A family of 4 bringing in 30K would be poverty, and an individual bringing in 15K would be poverty. So we can just make it more realistic and say that everything under 150K would be considered poverty. So Juice just mentioned reproduction. That's fine, no problem. But if it's under that 150K mark, reality is you're reproducing in poverty. So economically, it makes sense when you look at it from that standpoint. And a lot of people don't do that when they consider dating with a purpose. Now, if you're trying to fill an emotional void, which most people, that's why they date, because of the end goals. And if the end goals have some kind of correlation with emotional instabilities, now that dating with a purpose will be toxic. Because the purpose now is the problem. Okay, so when you get to trying to use people to fill voids emotionally, now you're going to attract. There's no telling what you may attract in that process. You know what I'm saying? So the best way to me, if it's not based on economics, to date with a purpose is if you date open-minded. That means you're considering that person's character and potential more so than your personal gain or emotional instabilities or voids that you're trying to fill, whatever the case may be. But there are some people that's like, hey, shit, I want to get married. You know what I'm saying? So their dating with a purpose would be catered towards, well, I'm only going to date people that want to get married. But it's not to say that people that probably don't want to get married at that particular time point may not be the best fit suitable for that person that wants to get married. When you sometimes date with a purpose, you throw out good possibilities as well as bad possibilities. So I ain't gonna talk too long on that. I mean, what's your perspective on dating with a purpose?
Sure. If you date with a purpose, just make sure that it sticks to your purpose. That's all I can really say on that subject. I know for myself, I'm not on. I can always have an end goal in mind, but it doesn't necessarily go that way. That's why I always say, depending on who you interacted with, who you're looking to build a relationship with, who you're looking to build a future with, whatever it is, make sure there's, key words that can relax the mind and ease the relationship, right? That's why one of my favorite words is compromise. Is the person I'm dealing with, can they compromise at the same time? I don't like dealing with people who's too self-centered, people who feel like, hey, if it doesn't go this way, we're not going to work out, it's always that, you know, when you start interacting, you'll know how long a relationship will last quick, just basically off them talking. Like, you ever just had the moments where you just have a conversation, you just say something, you just like, in your mind, you just already like, yeah, this not gonna work. and you can actually get past the situation, but you might get so turned off, you're not looking for anything past it. So, I do believe dating on purpose does have its benefits as well, but at the same time, if both of y'all purpose is not the same, you know, how do you deal with it? So, you know, you have some people, you know what's crazy? Yeah, some people purpose who feels like, you know, I want to become a better individual. Some people purpose is just, hey, I want to get married. You know, some people purpose like, hey, let's, like you said, he's talking about economics and everything of that nature. You just got to be very focused on what it is you want to make happen in your life. You know, for myself, I can't, like I said, I've never just been like, I won't say never, but it's just times where I'm looking for, you know, my purpose and stuff. And then when you try to date with a purpose, you'll lose your purpose if you don't know how to focus on what's going on. You know, you try to guide two different rocks, and, you know, not gonna really happen.
All right.
But I was gonna say this though. Since we're on a date with a purpose, let's see how I want to start this off. Do you throw out your purpose the minute you date somebody? Like, for instance, you have women who be like, look, I'm not dating unless we're gonna get married. And I be like, yo, slow the fuck down, B. I think that's the ultimate turn off for me. Like, I let it be known for myself when I date people. Like, I have standards, I have boundaries. I do see myself get into a marriage, you know, but at the same time, it's when a person instills it so hard, it's like, you'll scare somebody at the same time, right? It's people, like I said, it's more so, I think people are just women are just more, like I said, it's both sides. I feel like women are just more dedicated to the fucking, like, marriage and the ring than anything. Like, they just want to show off their ring and have a good fucking wedding, like, all that stuff. And then I really feel like a lot of them understand when marriage happens, that's when the real work starts. Like, that shit is like a whole different level. Like I said, you got situations going on with, Derrick Jackson. I was like, shit, he damn near fucked up his whole career with what just happened. But at the same time, you'll really know what that relationship was built upon now that it has happened. Everybody's saying, oh, he cheated, you should fucking leave. They don't, but in my mind, I feel like it's more powerful. I can't even lie. I don't like the dude, to be honest. I don't like you. Because I always feel like, I don't like you, bro. I don't like you, bro. Because, bro, his like, I didn't like the shit he would be saying and stuff. Like, everybody, we were talking about this for years. Like, yo, what is he talking about? These crazy stuff. Anyways, not to get much of it. Well, I like you, but I would like for your marriage to last. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what his whole purpose about is when you get a marriage. Yeah, like, till death do us apart. Not when you stick your dick in another woman. But y'all be quick to run from that shit. That's why I'm like, bro, I don't think people understand marriage. That's why when I was talking on the biblical man, I was like, people are not really what they say they are. And then when it hits marriage, y'all not really into marriage because the person cheat, y'all ready to leave. Somebody gets sick, oh fuck, I can't take care of this nigga all day. I'm gonna leave. Like, it's a lot to it, you know? Right. That's how I'm looking at it like that. Like I said, have you ever had one of those moments where a woman just lets you know straight out purposely, hey, we're dating, it's exclusive, my end goal is marriage, if you can't see yourself being engaged when we pass a year, we don't need to start talking. I had a woman literally did that to me.
Yeah, I think, to answer your question, yeah. And I've had it done in different ways. I've had it done settled. And then later, you know what I'm saying, it turned the fuck up. Like, okay, look, this is what's got to go down. You know what I'm saying? So I would just simply say, like I say, it's a deadly thing sometimes having a purpose in dating because you begin to overlook the person that you're dating because you're only focused on your purpose.
That's it.
And that's selfishness because now your value system of people diminishes because you're only valuing your purpose over people. So you can lose good people because your purpose is just too fucking high to yourself. So, and then what happens is, you know what I'm saying, you will find somebody that will give you your purpose, possibly, but that's the only thing they probably be able to give you. It will be other voids that won't be filled. And then that's when some people be like, well, damn, will I ever be happy?
Right.
You have to be happy with yourself first off before you can be happy with somebody else. If your purpose, right, is if you need someone in a relationship setting to fulfill your purpose in order for you to be happy in life, you shouldn't even be dating.
Yeah.
You just need to be secluded to yourself because you need to find yourself. You know what I'm saying? No one's job in a relationship is to heal the other person. The healing comes from within that person.
Some of y'all shouldn't be dating unless you heal, man. That shit is toxic.
Right.
I don't like that, man. And then some people feel like, but I learned, that's just toxic habits. People leave a relationship, jump into a new relationship. Like, goddamn.
Without fixing yourself.
Without even fixing yourself. Don't
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I understand, they always say, women can check out mentally and start healing themselves while with somebody. But to me, I'm still like, how is that possible if you still sleeping next to this dude? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess on the physical tense, somebody still being present near me would still disturb me. But, that's just me. I don't know how other men cope with it and stuff of that nature. So,
Now, hold on, I cut you off. There was another point that was made. The whole, what's his name? Derek
Jackson.
Shit.
Yeah.
Man, look, everybody has to get into a particular space to where you can take advice, but put that shit through a filtration process before you just drink out that glass. Some people, the best people that can give you sometimes the best advice are the biggest fuck ups on planet Earth. And
Biggest hypocrites, too.
their advice is based on falsehood. It's not based on reality. A lot of people, and females deal with that shit a lot. A lot of females will comment on other females' relationships, and they ain't fucked up relationships themselves. But they trying to tell you how to handle your shit. So, guys, we really don't do that with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's either you're going to have a homie that's going to say, hey, don't trust no females, or you're going to have a homie that's going to root for you. But females have it a little harder because women critique other women's situations, and they shit not together. You got secrets and skeletons in your closet, but that's not the energy that you bring in to give that other chick advice. So I think it's harder for women to have relationships than men because they have more of an ear towards advice. So you have these men that can see a purpose that you like or play off the vulnerability in situations like what dude was doing.
Pandering.
He was telling women what they wanted to hear for his personal gain while at the same time
Buy my book.
fucking over his woman.
Buy my book.
And
That's what
then-
you said.
In the midst of the chaos that he got going on in his own personal relationship, he created a book called Heal Together with him and his wife on the cover. And now that's the marketing strategy behind his new book. Yeah, I fucked up. Now I'm going to teach you how to heal.
Yeah.
But prior to him fucking up, I'm going to teach you how to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Like, we on. This is, dating advice gurus. Do you believe them? Do you trust them? Do you just take, the advice for a grain of salt? Let's go ahead and a couple more subjects. We got Steve Harvey, man. Steve Harvey's went through 3 divorces, man.
Well, 2, he on
2.
third.
Oh, my fault. He's on his third.
Third marriage. Right?
Man, I know your trolls try to get me. Hey, we working together now. We working together now. So, anyways, it's amazing to me that Steve Harvey's still writing these books about letting a man wait 90 days before you give us all. Look, let me be honest with you. We don't give a fuck about none of that. If we just want to fucking leave, it don't matter how long we go wait. Like, that's something y'all just gotta realize.
If it take him years,
It'll take him years.
he will wait
He will wait
and then still leave.
and still leave. Like, I'd be like, yo, who's giving these
Mission
people
accomplished.
advice? And then the biggest thing about Steve Harvey is his daughter. I was like, bro, how can you give all these relationship advice, but your daughter sat there date a son and then the father, and then you ain't never say something. You know what's the crazy part? Steve Harvey has never commented out on the way his daughter acts until she started dating, what's his name right now? Michael. He said, I like the guy, I got my eye on. He didn't do that with his fucking Future and then Big Hills and all them other. He didn't do that with none of them.
And that's another problem.
He don't dress those type of men.
And that's another problem because women critique the situation and say, well, she's a young woman, she's dating.
She's dating around.
But if a man was doing the same thing, oh, he's hoeing around. So that word dating is powerful for women because it gives them a pass for being a hoe. Okay, so
Well, she's supposed to date around. She's young, she's living her life to the fullest, and that's what they do.
hoe. See, it's rules, regulations, and processes that got to be completed in everything you do. It's everything included. Now, I'm not saying that every woman that quote unquote dates around is hoeing, but let's be real.
No, she don't.
If you're, let's say, if you're dating, you're a female that's dating, you're gonna favor at least one or two guys the most out of the other guys that you're dating.
Mm-hmm.
You probably gonna fuck at least one or two of the guys that you're dating.
Yeah.
And even if you're fucking only one of them but entertaining the other guys, that's no different from what women say they hate men doing.
Uh-huh.
It's the same shit. You can't excuse it. And then a woman would be like, well, we never established the exclusiveness. So it's okay. Like, you didn't make me your woman. And that's when you get choked on the wall somewhere.
You may be a,
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't never said we was together, so I would keep doing what I want.
And disclaimer, I've never choked somebody against a wall.
Yeah,
I
man.
throw that out there. Yeah, I ain't got no patience. I ain't got no patience. I lift weights, not women, man. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I don't know anymore, man. I
don't know, man. I'm scared.
I don't know, man. I'm scared now,
I'm
man.
scared. Don't say the wrong thing. But now, you know what I'm saying? But that's those double standards. All double standards don't work exclusively for men. This dating shit works, I think, exclusively for women because it gives them a pass to, you know, and it's nothing wrong. You know, just like every man got that inner dog, every woman has that inner hoe. And at some point of their life, they either live it out in their youth or they live it out throughout their entire shit or whatever the case is, but it's there. That's the reason why women like Cardi B and shit like that can succeed with their message because that's speaking to the inner. When she get on stage,
Man, that's your favorite song, man.
No, I'm saying here.
It's still your favorite song.
I support the whole WAP movement.
Hey, look,
I like
man,
the Grammy performance and all that.
Is it up? He kept playing
all
that
that
shit,
shit.
man.
I played it.
He loved the whole shit.
I love it.
Look, this year,
I love it,
he
man.
loved the whole
that
shit,
shit.
but he don't like it. You gotta pay attention to what whole shit he like. Go ahead.
That go to double standard. If we can have Tupac and 50 Cent and they talk about thug life, and even though a nigga go work his 9 to 5 every day, when he listen to that shit, it's pleasing that inner nigga in him. Whether he black, white, Asian, Hispanic, it don't matter. When he listen to that shit,
he a nigga.
That's the inner thug in him that he's listening to. So when females listen to that shit, they had a right to have their
inner hoe release.
They got that right, man.
Oh, you just let the hoe out.
Just be real about it.
All right. So look, we said we on dating and culture advice. So let's get in on a more so topic. Do you listen to any coaching or dating advice?
Honestly, nah, man. I think my biggest shit that I listen to. Well, I take that back. I listen and I take advice, but like I say, I filter it. I try to have it be relatable to my personal experiences before I just take it in as facts. I've had debates with my dad, man, about relationships and women. And I was like, man, you know, you're negative, you know what I'm saying? It can't be that bad, you know. And then I go through this shit and I'm like, fuck, that's what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes the advice can resonate later. Sometimes it could be wrong, but yes, I take it, but I don't take it all in as facts until I can like relate it to a personal experience.
Well, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. Myself, I listen to everything, you know, for myself. I think one of the main things I see that's very much a trend into the male society is the alphaness. Like everybody calling their podcast after alphas and what alpha do, what real men do. I be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But the rule we grew up by was alphas don't address themselves as alphas. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. My fault. I said we. Like I said, it's just you don't do it. Like you gotta look at yourself. Like if you're in a safari, right? Whatever the fuck you are. Alphas are never the ones that go out there and let niggas know they're alphas. People can look and be like, that's that nigga right there. You don't have to say what you do or what you want to provide. When it comes down to it, you'll see that man's all about actions, right? That's why I said like some of the main alpha traits you'll see is watch how the man will protect the woman before he attacks and defends. Like they're gonna make sure like their people are situated. Like I said, you ever seen those, you know, lions about to be attacked? The lion comes out of nowhere, protects the lioness. He ran about 3, 4, 5 miles. you know, it's stuff of that nature. So, okay. Anyways, so like I said, that's one thing I feel like is also, I look at it as a pro and a con, right? Because I feel like it's a pro when you can have men understand, like, hey, look, these are roles you can fulfill if you choose to fulfill those roles, right? But I also feel like it's a con because same time, so it don't matter what you say, like, what have you proved? You know what I'm saying? It's people that call themselves alphas. I see them in situations where it's time to prove it. What happened to all that shit you was saying? Like, you pointed them dead. I was like, hey, what happened, man? Like, you told me the woman not supposed to, she running all over you. Hey, this dude approached your territory, you ain't doing that. It's kind of like, yeah, man. Like I said, it always sounds good until it's time to do actions, man. Like, I remember one time I had a relative of mine. He was like, man, to be alpha, you gotta be ready to live and die in combat. And he sticks to that to the death of him. And I was like, I definitely understand. He said, in nature, the alpha never retreats. I watched a whole bunch of nature fights one day. I ain't never seen them back down. They know, hey, look, if you coming for me, you better kill me. Right. So, I do.
And to stay on that, man, actions always should be the thing that people focus on as far as like responsibility, you know, like and that goes back to that whole purpose thing. Like, just because somebody can fulfill a purpose at a particular moment don't mean they can do it longevity wise. So that's the scary part about it. So it's like, okay, so for a woman dating a man or a man dating a woman, the time is the biggest factor because time reveals all. Nothing beats time, because in time you get to see people go through different seasons. You know what I'm saying? So you never really know if that's the person because you haven't seen that person in all their seasons. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of females that be like, you know, I'm with this guy, everything's great, we moved in together, everything's great. Okay, they get bumped down a position at work. All right, they're making a little less money, no biggie, you know what I'm saying? Okay, boom, but fuck it, they lost their job. Okay, boom, bam.
We still together. We're together. So as this woman, I'm gonna, you know.
Right. So how quickly does this man stick to his character that you fell in love with when everything crumbles? And the same thing with women. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You never really know a person until their whole personal life shatters. Mm-hmm. Because that shows character. The tough times is what develops character, not when shit going good. So if you don't really see people going through their seasons, you know, everybody gonna lose loved ones, everybody gonna lose money, people gonna take L's in life. How firm they stand in their relationships, that shows the character of the person. And I think this is more important for women because women have a habit of putting men on pedestals, right? And then when that man goes through real life situations and he shows he's not an immortal, now they have a devaluation process that's going on in their head with their own man that they love to death.
Man, bro.
And that's the biggest problem. You know what I'm saying? You can't love a man to death when things are going good, and then when personal life takes its toll, you start to devalue that man. Now it's going back to purpose over value of the person. You have to value the person over necessarily your own purpose sometimes. Relationships are give and take only up until a certain point with certain people. So I would say always include that time factor and getting to see people how they go through different seasons of their life before you just throw it all out there. You know what I'm saying? And I heard some stupid shit where it was like, well, you know, a man would know, you know what I'm saying, if a man, I heard this one dude on YouTube, he was like, man, if a man know by the first time he have a first date with a woman, if she gonna be the one that
man, that sound like Derek.
Yo, fam, you know how many people married the person that they thought they would least likely marry because they were so immature or so opposite of their mate at the particular moment, but they grew on them. They grew in life. Things changed.
Yeah.
People are so scared to give shit time. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We live in a microwave society, man. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is, like, even in religion, you talk, you know what I'm saying, like, say your prayers before you go to sleep, say your prayers when you wake up. what happens when you pray for the same thing 6 months and you never see it happen? Do you then say, hey, God, I'm done with this relationship. I can't do this no more. You're not fulfilling my purpose. You know what I'm saying? You don't go into a relationship with God with a purpose. You go into a relationship with God not to be fulfilled. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So why is it with people you place these burdens and expectations on people? You know what I'm saying? I don't really understand that. And then a lot of people will actually kind of look at their faith if their personal life ain't on the rise and the up and up. But not to get off topic, getting back to the dating situation, I would say, what are some of the pros? Because I don't want to make it seem like it's all like cons stuff.
Or dating with a purpose?
Dating with a purpose. So what are some of the pros of dating with a purpose?
You find the love of your life. You accomplish things that you always wanted to accomplish. You know? But this is the crazy thing about dating with a purpose, you know. Sometimes when that purpose is fulfilled, people don't know what else it is. Like if her end goal was to get married, she gets married, then what now? Like people don't ever think like on a continuous basis. That's why myself, I like women who are always, who are like, you know, far sight, who already know like, hey, once things going, let's, you know, get this moving and going. It's more so I see people get stuck, right? I remember taking a chick out not too long ago. And I was like, yo, so where do you see yourself in 5 years? She said, well, honestly, I got tired of thinking of 5 years, so I just kind of live in a moment of time, like what's going on right now. And I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It'll hit you like, you know, people don't stop looking towards the future when, I guess, when things are not going their way or they're not putting that same drive and energy towards accomplishing in it. Like I said, pros today with a purpose, you're not going to waste time. You know, I feel like that's one of the best things. You know, you're not wasting time. You know, you said if you're looking for marriage, you can be like, hey, I am a person that's looking to get married. A man knows to step up or step out. I didn't have those situations when women said like, hey, I'm looking for something serious. I wasn't serious. I said, I'm sorry, love, I'm not going to be able to give you that. You know what I'm saying? But if she wanted to proceed or stop talking, that was entirely on her. You know, it was never, because then it's not on a level where she can say, well, I thought you was going to change. I'm like, nah, I told you straight from jump. And that's another thing. People want to put different thinking habits behind what somebody has already said, thinking they can change them down the line. I mean, that's cool. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But as long as you stand on your purpose, then anything is possible. That's how I look at it, everything. So, like I said, pros, you're not going to waste time. Things are going to get done. It's just more so on the factor of, you know, the positivity after it all happens, you know. You get to check out the bucket list items of traveling the world together. I know that's one of mine. I want to make sure I can travel the world with my woman. If not, I'm going to take my black ass by myself. I'm going to let you know that right now. You know, you have fulfilling moments and things you have always wanted to do with somebody you desire. You know, you can go out there and do it now. It's, you know what I'm saying, just letting it marinate within time, you know, when you're dating that individual. I guess that'd be the pros for me. But the story I was going to also say, man, I'm going to throw it out there. It's story time, man. I remember hearing several stories, man. Women finding the ultimate guy, right? And you know what's the craziest part why they left these men? Because the sex game was whack. But this is what I said to them at the same time. I said, now imagine that. You mean to tell me you found the love of your life, but it's sex game whack? Now, have you not been dating around with these other men? Do you feel like you would have known he was inexperienced? And they get offended when I say that. It's like, but it's true. I was like, if you was, you know what I'm saying, was dating around, whole face, whatever y'all want to call it, whether he knew how to choke or not, it would have still been pleasing and satisfying to you. You understand that, right? I'm not capping, am I right? There's no cap. There's no cap. And then, you know, but it'll hit you like that. Like, yo, some people really have to have that compatibility of a sex drive over the whole person's character. That's why people be like, man, he ain't shit, but that nigga fuck. And she gonna stick with that motherfucker. And that nigga be like, man, that hoe don't cook and clean, but man, when she get wow. And look, but I'm not lying, bro. They will throw everything out the door for that sexual compatibility, man. That's the crazy shit, bro. That's the crazy shit for me. But that's it, man. That's it, man. That's all I got right now.
I would just ask,
No, don't have to do that, man.
do you, do you have a purpose in dating, and even if you don't, like, even act on it now, what would it be, even if it don't exist right now?
Oh man, like I said, my dating with a purpose. I have standards and boundaries. So as long as you stay within those guidelines, we'll be good. You know what I'm saying? And go, like I said, I am a brother that believes in marriage. You know, at first I wasn't really looking at it like I do now, but over time I see the benefits of it. Also being another individual, also being black and just being a black man, just, you know, being married is one hell of a thing. You know, I kind of look at it, how powerful it can be when other individuals look at it. You know, I think the biggest example we had him, who was Mr. Arsenal? Mr. Arsenal had like,
Arsenal wasn't married.
he wasn't married? I thought he was married.
Not that I know about. Chapman was married.
Mr. Chapman, my fault. Let's put a disclosure. My fault, Mr. Arsenal. I thought he was married. But anyway, like, it was very, like, the one thing I learned about within the teaching society, it was teachers that was rarely married. You know, so it was when you find those brothers who was married and they've been with their wife for so long, I thought that was like a very powerful thing. Like Mr. Richardson, for instance, was my favorite history teacher when I was in high school, and he loved black empowerment, black love, everything black, you know, and it kind of grew up on me like, you know, I could be a brother just like that. You never know who's watching you on a basis on how they can mold themselves to become a better person. So
Everything black.
yeah, everything black, and he light skinned.
My socks black.
Oh man, you just really hit it. But yeah, like I said, my end goal when I date somebody is definitely marriage. I'm very cautious on how I proceed because one thing is, like I said, within my standards, I'm like, look, as long as we're in two separate households, we paying two separate bills. What I'm willing to do for you as a man, I want you to understand. I want you to appreciate that. Never feel like it's needed for me to do it. You know what I'm saying? Appreciation factor is definitely high for me. And like I said before, look, I don't pay my girlfriend's bills, but I'll pay my wife's bill. But at the same time, I don't mind contributing to the woman I plan on making a wife.
Okay.
I ain't have a mic,
He got a long pass. He was trying to go out of bounds, but he had that perfect footwork. He stayed in bounds.
Man, look.
I like that. I would say, man, my purpose is, family, man, and loyalty. Loyalty, not in the sense that some people want to put loyalty in the sense of ownership. Like, loyalty it's not limited to a particular relationship. People can be loyal to you even if the intimacy is gone. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that you have somebody that is always in your corner, always supporting you, no matter where y'all stand or what the relationship has came to. To me, that's loyalty. That's the hardest loyalty you can have, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, when certain people speak on somebody, like when you hear how, like, Jada speak on Tupac, that man dead. And she's married, but she still speaks on that man highly, as if, in a sense, she still has loyalty to him, even though he's not even here physically. You know what I'm saying? So those are that's the kind of loyalty I'm talking about. And because you never really have ownership over no one's body. You know what I'm saying? But it's certain things that only are applicable to certain people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's beyond intimacy. And when I say family, like, you know what I'm saying, in my particular situation, I've seen families that love each other stay together, and I've seen families that love each other not stay together, but they still love each other. Mm-hmm. And in a particular sense, like they say in a de facto sense, I had a family member. In my younger years, this man separated from his wife of old, but he raised her children when they were together. So even once he separated from her, he still supported that woman and her kids as if they were still his own kids, right? And even though he remarried, that relationship never changed. And it was mutual. The kids stayed around the family as if they were family, even after he demised. That's still family. So I spoke on family and I spoke on loyalty. The loyalty never changed because the relationship changed. Everything was still the same, but it was respectable and it was beneficial, not just to the two people, but everybody involved in the relationship. And I think dating with a purpose, that has to be considered. Dating with the purpose should never just include just the two people that's intimate. When you get into a relationship with somebody, it's damn near like everybody that's close to both people are in that relationship at the same time. So everybody benefits. Like they say, everybody eats, B. Everybody eat. That's the dating with the purpose applied to the maximum potential. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's involved in that relationship to a particular point to benefit. The kids, everybody. So I would say that's my closeout on that particular point. Loyalty and family, those things remain. Even though stipulations, relationships may change, whatever, those things remain. In a mature world, people work that shit out. People do what they got to do. In a perfect world, the shit works out and it lasts, and hey, they're fruitful, they multiply, all that great stuff. So you touched on the imposter, the Derek dude, the Lori Harvey shit.
Lori Harvey, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get some heat. Fuck it.
Go ahead.
I need it all.
Go ahead.
From the next big thing rapping. But anyway, now that we talked about Steve Harvey, I gotta throw in a woman out there.
Mm-hmm.
Does Oprah Winfrey's advice also go in that category?
I believe so, because you're looking at a woman that, look, I have a problem. If you're taking advice from people, you have to look at where they at in life, and that's why I say filter the advice. Like, if I'm listening to Steve Harvey, that's somebody that failed twice. So the biggest advice he can give me is from his failures, not his successes, right? Because he kind of really didn't succeed that much. But I can learn from your fuck-ups. So with Oprah, women can learn from her fuck-ups. Now, if she's telling you how to succeed, hey, turn that shit down, mute that shit, you know what I'm saying? Don't listen, because she hasn't succeeded herself.
In relationships.
Right.
Okay, we just want to make sure, because, you know.
Right. So certain people can teach you certain things based on where they at. That don't mean everything they say is golden. You know what I'm saying? You can't take swimming lessons from somebody that don't know how to swim. But you can learn probably how not to drown from them.
Yeah.
If they still living.
Probably use floaters.
Drown. Yeah, right. You can teach me how to float, but you can't teach me how to swim.
Okay, now I'm going to throw a jab at you. So, what you're saying is, even though Oprah has thousands of professionals that come on that show that teach you how to deal with relationships, are you saying the advice of her having a professional counterpart still wouldn't make her valid into teaching you something about relationships?
No, because Oprah is the middleman in that situation. Like, you feel me? Like,
Technically.
the middleman can make profit, but he's not the source.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the link, you know what I'm saying? But after I get to the source, the fuck out the way. I don't need you in the middle no more.
Okay.
But if you stay in the middle, that's fine. I just know you're the medium. You're not the source. So if your platform brings professionals to me, I can fuck with your platform. But when you start talking, I'm gonna turn that shit down.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. Sure. I just wanted to see what you would say. We had a debate with somebody not too long ago about it, and they had brought up Oprah. They were like, it was like, why is Oprah giving relationship advice when she hasn't been known to even have a relationship? She's never been married. She's always been single. And the person argued against it was, but she has had over X amount of professionals come on the show, dating coaches, therapists, things of that nature. For you to say that her points of views or relationships are invalid would be a problem. I was like, but would you not think it would made it more credible if she was in a relationship?
Not just that. Okay, listen to what you just said.
I'm just, hey.
No, I'm with you, but listen to what you just said. What he said was powerful. She's the middleman. And she's got more contact with these professionals than you do, because she's the one that brought you the access to the professionals.
Correct.
So it makes her less credible to give advice, because you're around these professionals, but you still haven't succeeded. I'm not going to listen to somebody that's going to teach me about real estate, and you telling me about how many gurus in real estate you know, and you still haven't succeeded in real estate. I can appreciate the networking that you give me, but that don't mean I have to appreciate you and what you value in your information. That's why I say you have to keep a middleman in the middle. Once you get to, like, you know what I'm saying? If you around professionals and you ain't made it in that area, you really somebody I should stay away from when it comes to that particular area.
Okay. All right. You know, we did Steve Harvey had to do one for women. Like I said, we're not going to keep it on the, oh man, I forgot. I was talking about the alpha coaches. What about the women empowerment podcast? Have you ever heard what they were saying?
Nah.
Oh man.
Enlighten me.
Oh man, I want to get jabbed real quick, man. Let me go ahead and keep. But like I said, just how they talk about the alpha, like what it's like to be an alpha male. I also see the empowerment of the alpha woman too. So it's I look at it as some parts are empowering. I do like it, but then some of the parts, like I said, it's to a point where women are pushing back, you know, feminism or different things of that nature, where it seems like some of these women, like I said, like it's getting to a point where some women just feel like they're superior to men. And I'm like, damn, I don't know what happened in your life, but to make it seem like, hey, you know, cast the man aside, you do good without him. This is all. I'm like, man, y'all be killing me with this stuff. You know, I always notice one thing is. I rarely hear men say, "I don't need a woman." I hear more. I don't hear that, bro.
All I need is lotion.
I just never heard
I
that.
got lotion, I'm good.
I heard, like, growing up, majority of my life, all I heard was, "I don't need a man. I don't need no man. I don't need a man." But I never just heard a man just say, "I don't need a woman." Like,
It's crazy, bro.
Maybe I could be tripping, but I looked at it like, why is that so instilled? But I don't hear men saying, "I don't need a woman."
Man, look,
You'll be appreciated, you know, if you want to. But hey, but go ahead, man. Before I get to talking.
It's fucked up because we look at history. Women was on top. Women ruled civilizations. They was the gods. They got knocked down. Then you got the feminist movement, and some of it's true. But then when women get the respect and get this and get that, now they don't know how to handle it sometimes. So now it's a problem. I would say, man, everybody in the opposite sex need that person from the opposite sex. You need the energy. You need this. You need that. No one's put on the planet to not have counterparts within the opposite sex. That's what's going to make you who you are. That's what's going to get you to the next level. Right. So it's like I say, it all goes back to what I said in the beginning. People value purpose over people, and that's ass backwards. Mm-hmm. People is what allow you to even reevaluate your purpose and then help you get to the purpose. You always need people. You know what I'm saying? Like, but not to get too far off topic. I think it comes from like women being so diminished sometimes that now that they have to go an extra mile to show that they matter. Mm-hmm. And that's a problem, you know what I mean? But your man in the current moment, if he's a good man, he didn't do that to you. Mm-hmm. He's not society, he's your man. Mm-hmm. So you deal with your issues with society when you deal with society. Society don't come in the house. You know what I'm saying? If a man bring home his work stress and beat your ass and curse you out or don't have sex with you or whatever the case or yell at you, it's the worst thing in the world. I didn't do nothing to him. I don't deserve this. Why is he acting like this? Mm. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have a past that he, you know what I'm saying, that he can't get. You can't bring that feminist society bullshit in your own house because you're going to fuck up your own house. You're going to gamble your own house for some shit that has nothing to do with your house. That's not how that works.
Sometimes be their friends. Girl, why are you doing all this?
You know what I'm saying?
How you doing all this for?
Like what they say, you can't sage your house and you the problem?
Shit, you gotta get out with that motherfucker.
Oh, shit. I'm good on that, man.
All right, okay. I believe we just hit all the subjects on Dating with a Purpose. Unless there's anything you want to throw out there, any quotes, any high jabs, low blows?
Yeah. Subscribe to the motherfucking YouTube channel. That's Talking That Talk official podcast. Follow the fucking Instagram. Follow the Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Don't just watch it, follow, be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? That way you can keep watching. If not, we're gonna stop y'all from watching it some kind of way.
Yeah,
I'll
and
follow
comment
it.
and comment under the
comment.
videos as well.
If
And
you agree or
also,
disagree, comment.
yeah, also get this Negro to take his picture off the page. I've been telling this man for
You bring
years.
society
Yeah,
into the house, man.
I don't
You
care,
doing it,
man.
You doing it.
I did it. I did it, baby.
Derek,
I
stop
did
talking,
it.
Derek. Get Derek off the mic.
Yeah,
man.
I'm dead, man.
Hey, D, play the outro music.
Man, this dude called me Derek, man. That's it.
Them fighting words.
Nah, they ain't fighting words. That's pandering words.
A room full of mine. Yeah.